Greetings, Cosmic Ones. I felt drawn to do a reading today. We have April the 7th, 2025. You know me, I love a 7. The energies are interesting. I received a download this morning, which I'll talk about in a minute, but it was telling me I need to do a reading for my wonderful people here on Two for Joy Oracle. So, without further ado, I'm going to cleanse the space with tincture. Bear with me, there's going to be 2 large, delightful pings. So, on waking, I was given a clear image of a seahorse. This is a very unusual creature, and I thought this was significant. I think the energies are really, really interesting today. We've got the end of Mercury retrograde, which I think ends today, April the 7th. Here anyway, the UK, GMT. And then after that, it starts to go direct, to go forward. So there's a shift in the energy, and then forward away. And so what's come through is Seahorse. Now, a couple of things about Seahorse. Fascinating animal. And immediately I sort of looked it up and found out spirit animal messages. But before I talk about that, what I want to say is, in a children's book that I wrote some years back called Sir Maurice Wantelot and the Outlandish Knight. It's a book in 4 parts on Kindle. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. One of the parts is spring, because the book is divided into 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, autumn, winter. And in the spring edition, which we now have, we're in spring, features, well, not 1 but 4, 6 in fact, 6 seahorses. So I'm not going to say more. If you want to know more, go and buy the book on Kindle. It's not very expensive. It's something like 10p or something ridiculous. So go and have a look at Sir Maurice Wantelot and the Outlandish Knight. But you need to look for the spring version, the spring series, the spring book. And then there's some beautiful seahorses. So I did look up a bit more. I was fascinated because I learnt a new fact today. I love it when I learn new facts. I didn't realise the Latin name for seahorse is hippocampus. Who knew that? So that's amazing, because for me that immediately speaks of the hippocampus in the brain. But fundamentally, the seahorse from a spiritual, just looking at the clock, we've got 222, thank you Spirit, is all seeing. So something I also didn't realise was that the seahorse has, yes, 2 eyes, but they don't move in binary together, as it were. They're independent. So they can swivel. So they have a big range of vision, but they can, see everything from at least a double perspective, which is fascinating to me, and hopefully to you. And so the seahorse, when it comes up, is about guidance and navigation. Yeah, I feel this is saying at this time where the energies are shifting, we're coming at the last day of the Mercury retrograde, and then it's going forward. There's a bit of chaos, it shifts in the energies, big shifts in the energies, and we've seen this on the world stage, haven't we? Perhaps as well as in our own life and on our own life stage. I just, love unusual creatures, and the seahorse fits right in there, which is why it featured in the book. But, years ago, sailors thought that seahorses were very lucky, and they associated seahorses with basically the qualities of the horse, which are strength, freedom, loyalty, good fortune, lovely, and salvation. So I love that. And so I thought, well, I'm going to do a reading today. So we're going to have 3 decks and then a charm on the Seahorse, who's telling us to see things from at least more than one perspective, and encourages us to be all seeing in these changing energies that are happening at this time. We have guidance and we have navigation. They're bringing us guidance, strategy for navigation. And I think that the cards are going to give us more on this. But they're talking about strength, loyalty, good fortune, and salvation. I love that. So we're going to start today with Madame Endora, fortune cards. I love these. I haven't used them for a while. I have pre-shuffled everything. And then we're going to follow up with Kim Cran's, which I also love, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot. I haven't used Kim for a while. And then my own Storm Raven, further clarification. And then, of course, something from the charming bag, the Bag of Charms. Good. Let us proceed. So, as I'm doing extra shuffles, star at the bottom there, the stars, I want to remind everyone who's watching, please like, share and subscribe. This is a timeless reading for individuals as well as the collective. If you like this content, let me know, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you'd like to see. It's a sort of a pick and mix divination plus tutorial channel for people. Sacred space, your calm place. Place of ponderance, place of learning, place of joy. I just love being with you in the energy. It gives me great, great pleasure. So let's have a look. Spirit, please may we have something from Madame Endora to give us information that Seahorse, one has fallen. It hasn't flipped, but it's fallen, so I'm going to take that as the card. We have, the dagger. Okay. Conflict and danger lie in wait. So let's show you that. This is interesting, isn't it? Conflict and danger lie in wait. The dagger. This is interesting. So this might be happening at that point where the energies are changing. It's kind of now, isn't it? If we're saying today's the last day of retrograde Mercury, and then it's moving forward, there's big energy shifts going on, and you know, it would be a logical place for conflict and possibly danger. I'm going to read you more about what she says with conflict and danger. Had it been the other way, I would have been reminded, I think, of the Ace of Swords, but I'm not, because it came out this way, which is upright for this deck. But it's sort of almost an Ace of Swords energy in reverse, which for me would be not clear thought. Muddle, muddy waters, fog, which we get with conflict and danger. We have heightened emotions when we have conflict, and that can be a dangerous place to be, heightened emotions. And it's interesting because if we're talking about the hippocampus, which is the Latin name for seahorse, one of the key functions of the hippocampus is the limbic system, to do with emotions, and it's to do with emotional processing, interestingly. So that kind of fits, doesn't it? Okay, let's have a look. The dagger. Let us find out more. Bear with me just whilst I scroll through. The dagger. The dagger is the symbol of danger, conflict, adversity, loss, and or physical harm. Doesn't have to be the latter. Be on your guard. Beware of backstabbers. Ooh. So this is talking a little bit about relationship, isn't it? So wherever this difficult energy is, Seahorse is coming in, swimming in, unfurling its tail, furling it up again to propel itself through the waters of emotion, the sea. Be vigilant. Not hyper-vigilant, but vigilant. Pay attention, notice. See things from at least 2 sides, but from as many sides as you can. If we're thinking about the amazing Seahorse with his 2 independent eyes that can move in different directions and on different planes and see a lot. Okay, I think this is really, really a powerful message from Spirit. Thank you. Let's back this up with more information. Have we got more information, please, Spirit, from Kim Kranz's deck, Wild Unknown Animal, Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. To accompany the dagger, which is telling us of conflict and danger lying wait. So we need to be careful, we need to look, we need to be vigilant, not hyper vigilant, as you know, but emotions are heightened. And when emotions are heightened, moving towards overwhelm or just, you know, not balanced, we may not recognize signals, signs that we normally would notice. Oh, here we go, we've got a flipper. Now that is interesting. We've got the Mother of Swords, which I think is the Queen of Swords. Sorry, my deck has just interestingly spilled all over the place in a sort of a chaos way, which I'm reading into the energy because that really feels as though that's relevant. So we've got beautiful owl, Mother of Swords. Isn't that funny? Is it not the same? The downward pointing dagger, the downward pointing dagger. Twice. Owls are traditionally, and I read this always as wisdom. I think it's the Queen of Swords. Let me read what she says for more information. But she's saying this, what owl is saying, be wise in that you are vigilant, that you are noticing, don't take anything for granted. Don't commit yourself at this time of tricky energy. End of retrograde before direct. Let us have a look. We have the Daughter of Swords, Father of Swords, and the Mother of Swords. Sharp, perceptive is what we're saying. Sharp, perceptive. You'll often find the Mother of Swords putting her sharp perceptions to use as a therapist, doctor or teacher. She's extremely experienced and knowledgeable in her field. Some think of her as all-seeing. Wowzers. If that doesn't completely fit with a seahorse, all-seeing. Some think of her as all-seeing. This card can sometimes represent a woman going through a difficult time. She may be recently widowed or divorced, or usually without children. During this time, there's potential for her criticism to soar. Take whatever resonates from that message. If it doesn't apply to you, that's fine. Leave the rest, okay? But I'm taking the general reading of really just the beginning of it, which is be perceptive, all-seeing, see all. And the seahorse is all-seeing. And by being all-seeing, we get guidance from Seahorse and navigation through tricky energy and difficult waters. So let us move on to further clarification with my own deck, Storm Raven. Guys, I am still looking into production of this. Just got to make sure I find the right one. There's a couple of options happening, but I haven't pinned my colours to the mast yet, to use another nautical metaphor. Spirit, may we have Storm Raven. Further guidance before we reach for our final charm. Oh, thank you very much. That flipped over very, very nicely. Okay, I like that one. I don't pick up that one very often. It doesn't come out. Of course, it's water, which is emotion. Everything else here is kind of a bit about that, isn't it? Conflict and emotions, yeah. And the seahorse. It has begun. Water sign. So it heralds big change and transformation, doesn't it? When we've got shifts in energy, like we have at the moment, from a planetary perspective. But this might be going on in your individual lives as well, because we're affected by these energies. So it has begun. This might be the ending of something. It might also be the beginning of something, like the end of the retrograde and then moving into the direct motion for Mercury. It has begun. So something has begun. And I feel intuitively that it is a change. Just looking at the clock, 2, 3, 4. What did we have before? We had 2, 2, 2, didn't we? So that's positive. Go away and look up that angel number, 222. It's one that I get a lot, actually. And then 2, 3, 4, forward movement, which kind of fits with it has begun. It's begun moving forward. This transformation is happening. Okay, and it's asking you and telling you you have guidance from Seahorse at this time. Be all-seeing, be sharp, be perceptive, be perceptive. You have help in your navigation through this. So let's pull a final charm. Spirit. Maybe we have one charm from the bag of charms. A bag of clarification. Close the reading for my beautiful cosmic ones. Thank you. Oh, I'm getting two. Okay, interesting. Interesting, yeah. First one, we have a safety pin, a golden safety pin. For me, this is literally saying safe. Yeah, safe. If it was open, it could prick us and it wouldn't hold something together, but it's closed. So the golden safety pin is saying you're safe in this endeavour of whatever's happening to you. And the second one is, in fact, I saw this first, and the second one was the mixer. It looks like one of those old, what I think they were called Magi mixes or something. It's a tiny mixer. What I'm getting from this particularly is there's more in the mix of what's going on in these chaotic energies, all these changing energies, shifting energies for transformation than meets the eye, which brings us back again to be all-seeing, be perceptive. There's more than one way of looking at this. It's also sort of highlighting that you may not see everything straight away. Yeah, but it's also saying you are safe if you do these things as well. You know, you are safe. The safety pin is closed. Okay guys, I love this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Please tell your friends. We've got 22 subscribers. Help me grow the channel. Let's boost those numbers. Tell your mates about it. Come and listen. Give me ideas in the description box, in the comments box below. There's going to be a variety of things happening through the spring and summer. I'm excited to bring you those things. So thank you for being here. Namaste. I will see you in the next one. We have Monday. It'll be later in the week. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now.